and welcome back. Today we complete our 16th book of the 52 weeks 52 books challenge, and the book that I've read, completed and made notes of this week just for you is Don't Believe Everything You Think by Joseph Nguyen. Now, my learnings of this book are quite different from the books that I've read so far. While I see a lot of book focusing on positive thinking, this book endorses building a state of no thinking. Let me explain. This book says that it is not what you think that is the cause of your suffering, but the fact that you think, that is, your thinking is the cause of your suffering. मतलब आप क्या सोचते हैं ये आपके परेशानियों का कारण नहीं है, लेकिन द फैक्ट कि आप सोचते हैं, आपके सोचने की प्रक्रिया ही इज द कॉज ऑफ योर सफरिंग. Quite different, isn't it? And what I love the most about this book is that Mr. Joseph Nguyen, unlike any other author or speaker, not only emphasizes on the fact that what we feel towards a particular person or a situation lies totally in our control and that we can change our feeling by changing our thinking, he goes a step further to show us how to do that. So all in all, I can say that Don't Believe Everything You Think is a really nice book that'll help you understand, number one, how your thoughts and thinking impact your life. Number two, how your thoughts and thinking create your reality. And number three, most importantly, how you can enter into a no thinking or a no thought zone in order to eliminate or reduce your stress, anxiety, and sufferings. So if you are someone who gets stressed too often or who gets stressed too fast, if you're someone who gets hurt very soon, who gets emotional very soon, or if you're someone who does a lot of thinking, overthinking to be very precise, then trust me, you must read this book without fail. So just in case if you wish to buy this book, you can check out the link given in the description below. You simply need to click on this link and buy this book from Amazon. Now, having said that, let's quickly move on to our learnings from the book. So here we go. Don't believe everything you think confirms that information can be found outside, but wisdom can only be found within. You might find a lot of books, videos, seminars, trainers, mentors, advisors around you, or a lot of tools, strategies, and techniques to solve your problems and sufferings. But all of that will just give you temporary relief, unless, of course, you go deep within yourself to find the real cause of your suffering and strike it off from your very core. Always remember, to get peace, happiness, joy, fulfillment, in fact, to get the best out of life, you must always focus on the inside. While a lot of speakers and authors emphasize on their version of truth, Mr. Joseph does not force his ideas, thoughts, or experiences on the readers and encourages us to find our own truth by sharing a beautiful thought that truth cannot be intellectualized. It can only be experienced. And thereby tells us that the content of this book are not to be looked upon as the only truth, but as a compass that will lead you in the right direction for finding your own truth. अब इसे ध्यान से समझना. एक होती है समस्या यानी प्रॉब्लम और एक होती है ज्वलंत समस्या यानी बर्निंग प्रॉब्लम. Now, do you know why most of the times we are unable to find a permanent solution to our problems? It's because A, either it is not a burning problem, मतलब कोई ऐसी प्रॉब्लम नहीं है कि भाई जो सॉल्व अगर नहीं हुई तो हम जिंदा नहीं रह पाएंगे. एंड B, सोल्यूशन पाने के लिए हमने एडी से चोटी का जोर नहीं लगाया. We are not desperately trying to find a solution for the problem. These are the only two reasons why we are not able to find a permanent solution to all our problems. Another wonderful concept explained in this book is that a thought is not a reality, but it certainly creates our reality or experience of reality. Let me explain. Imagine two people sitting in a cafe sipping on a nice cup of coffee. The first person is happily enjoying his cup of coffee while the other is not. The first person is just thinking about his coffee, its aroma, its color, its taste, and so on, while the second person is thinking, where is he headed in life? He's thinking about his job, his boss, his debts, his problems, and so on. Now, both the men are in the same setting, same time, same place, same coffee. But their reality, their experiences of having that coffee are totally different. Now, this brings us to the fact that reality is simply an event. An event with no meaning, no thinking, no interpretation. It is our interpretation, our thought, or the meaning that we give to the event which creates our perception of reality. Let me share a personal example. Sometime back, while I and my wife were on our way to Pandharpur, we halted at a restaurant for lunch. It was quite late, so she was very hungry. वैसे my wife loves वड़ा पाव. अगर आप महाराष्ट्र के होंगे तो आपको वड़ा पाव पता होगा. तो उन्होंने वड़ा पाव ऑर्डर किया और मैंने एक कप चाय. Now, the waiter took about 30 minutes to get the vada pav and my wife was fuming with anger. बहुत गुस्सा कर रही थी वो. इतना लेट किया खाना लाने में, अब आगे सब कुछ लेट हो जाएगा. क्या ही हमारी मति मारी गई थी, हम यहां रुके, कहीं और जाना चाहिए था, एंड सो ऑन एंड ऑन एंड ऑन। अब कैसे तैसे हमने खाना खत्म किया और वहां से निकले। बस आधा ही किलोमीटर दूर आए थे कि हमने देखा 3-4 गाड़ियों का एक्सीडेंट हो रखा था। One car lost control and rammed into the other car, which then rammed into another 2 cars. When we inquired, we came to know that the accident had taken place just half an hour back. And we realized that अगर वो वेटर वड़ा पाव लाने में आधा घंटा लेट नहीं करता तो शायद हम भी उस एक्सीडेंट का हिस्सा होते। एंड ऑल ऑफ अ सडन अब हमें वो वेटर और उसका खाना लेट लाना अच्छा लगने लगा। फनी, isn't it? So let's get this once again. Remember that the reality by itself is simply an event. It is how we interpret the event that creates our reality for us. How we feel about a particular event is not a result of the event, but how we feel about any particular event is a result of how we interpret or what meaning we give to that event. Now, for a deeper understanding of the next few very important concepts like the state of thought versus the state of no thought, the amount of thinking being directly proportional to the magnitude of stress and negative emotion, and the state of peak performance being equal to the state of non-thinking, you must read the book without fail. These concepts will help you to accept, internalize, and build conviction on the fact that you can deliver your best and find solution to all your problems and sufferings by learning to be in the no thought zone. Moving on to the next part, the book says that no event is good or bad per se. It is our thinking that makes it so. You can relate this point to my previous example where I shared my experience regarding Pune to Mandapur travel. Let me explain this point by one more example. Say there's a death in your neighborhood. Now the event, that is death of a person, is just an event. Whether it's good or bad depends upon the meaning you give it. People who would be fond of that person may see it as a bad event. And people who are not so fond of the person, जिनको वो इंसान पसंद नहीं था, they may see it as a good event. Another example could be the upcoming election. The winning of any party will just be an event, simply an outcome of a particular process. But whether the event of a particular party winning and coming to power is good or bad depends upon the person looking at it. मोदी जी का जीतना will simply be an event, एक ऐसा इवेंट जो बीजेपी के कार्यकर्ताओं को अच्छा लगेगा और कांग्रेस के कार्यकर्ताओं को बुरा. So the event by itself is meaningless. The meaning you assign to it creates your reality. And finally, coming to my most favorite part of the book, nothingness. A state where you empty the cup of your mind. A state of absolute bliss, peace, and total control over yourself. Trust me, guys, in order to understand what is nothingness and how you can achieve this powerful state of mind, you must read this book without fail. Now, those were just few of the many amazing learnings that this book has to offer. And as I've already mentioned, just in case if you wish to buy this book, you can check out the link given in the description below. You simply need to click on the link and buy this book from Amazon. And make sure that you subscribe to our channel and do not forget to hit the bell icon to stay updated with all our latest and upcoming videos.